My friend Laura's really into stamping, like getting little stamps and putting stamp marks all over things. You know, letters, papers, legal documents. It's like scrapbooking, but you can stamp anything, like billboards and cars and the sides of buildings. Apparently the government likes stamping too. There's this little thing called the admit stamp. You know when you leave the zoo and they stamp your hand so you can come back again? Well, it's kind of like that, except this stamp lets you into the country. Welcome to the United States of America. Enjoy your visit. As a citizen. What? A stamp that makes someone a citizen? Are you crazy? Yes. No. I'm not sure how to answer that, but here's a true story we got from a U.S. immigration officer. We've got friends on the inside. There was a man who sought asylum in the United States, claiming to be fearful for his life. He filled out all the paperwork and was issued a travel document as a refugee. Now that meant he could move in and out of the U.S. at will. It didn't take long for immigration to figure out that he lied on his application. In fact, he'd visited the country where he said he was marked for death. Not too bright. But I've visited countries where I'm marked for death. The judge was about to deport him when his lawyer stopped everyone in their tracks. Apparently, a careless immigration officer had mistakenly stamped his travel document with the admit stamp. That meant he'd been legally admitted into the United States. Case dismissed. He even got a green card. I need one of those stamps. Free green cards for everybody who watches the show, whether you live here or not. It's just a little more powerful than that zoo stamp, and it probably has an eagle on it instead of a hippo or a lion. And according to the Immigration Naturalization Act, the admit stamp not only has the power to let people in and out of the country at will, it can make someone a naturalized citizen. Welcome to America, my friends. An immigration agent finds an abandoned child under 5 years old at the border, bam, citizen! Even if they speak Spanish or French. All you Canadians leaving your kids at our border, it's shameful. I want a little French baby. Really? A woman with a visa shows a child under 2, bam, legal alien. If the woman's a citizen and can prove she went to school here until she was 18, bam, her kids get stamped. All of them. They get to choose the forehead or the paperwork. But they get a stamp. Not with a hippo. Had a child out of wedlock with a citizen and bring proof like a DNA test? Bam! Welcome to the United Stamps of America. And those are just the rules for making kids citizens. There are all kinds of rules for making adult citizens too. And all you need is an admit stamp. And the proper paperwork and a border agent and maybe a couple of other things. But the stamp is very useful. It sure is a good thing they're keeping tabs on these things, right? Well, sort of. You see, our friend in immigration told us he's looking for a new job. When Homeland Security was instituted by President Bush, Customs took over control of immigration, and it seems like the bureaucracies made things messy. Really messy. Messy? How so? It's not like there are a lot of these things floating around, right? Wrong. Every immigration officer in the United States has one, and now a lot of untrained Customs and Border Protection officers have them too. What do I do with this thing? Oh, welcome to America. Immigration's a really big issue. Instead of fighting over fences, maybe we should look at the bureaucracies that manage it. I've never even heard of the admit stamp before now. But they're out there, and we thought you ought to know. Yep, like I said, you're all in. This is easier than printing money.